The brutal assassin. In the city of Port Harcourt, Nigeria, where the nights often smelled of diesel and sweat, and the air carried both the weight of dreams and dread, lived a man named Godswill, Godson. Known for his sharp tongue, quick wits, and successful import business, Godson had built an empire that made friends envious and enemies resentful. But unknown to him, the enemies he had made were no longer content with gossip, curses, or sabotage. They wanted him dead. 15 of them. Some were old rivals from the university days, others were betrayed partners, criminal contractors, or even hired killers with no personal grudge, just paid hands. They called themselves the Hand of Justice, as if righteousness fueled their cause. But theirs was a plan dipped in darkness. The plan was simple: lure Godson to a business meeting outside the city, an abandoned warehouse in Lagos. There, the 15 assassins would converge. Each had a different role: sniper, strangler, poisoner, bludgeoner, and so on. Redundancy was the key. One of them must succeed if the others failed. But fate, chaotic, whimsical, absurd fate, had other plans. The first coincidence. Godson had received a call from Mr. Kelvin Iroha, claiming to be a big-time investor from Ghana. The voice was convincing, the offer juicy, a supply deal worth 300 million Nigerian nairas, all up front. The only condition was secrecy and a personal meeting in Lagos. Godson, cautious yet greedy, agreed. That morning, Godson left his home in his Lexus SUV, dressed in a sharp ash-colored senator wear, his gold wristwatch glinting in the sun. His personal driver was sick, so he decided to drive himself. As he reversed, his tire burst from a sharp metal lodged just beneath his rear tire. Irritated, he called his mechanic, who promised to arrive in 30 minutes. While waiting, his son, James, ran up and insisted he come inside to taste his mother's bitter leaf soup. Godson, a sucker for good soup, laughed and followed him inside. He stayed for 15 minutes. By the time his tire was changed and he resumed his trip, he was 47 minutes behind schedule. The first assassin, the sniper. At 10 a.m. sharp, the sniper had perched on the rooftop of the warehouse. He was a professional ex-military from South Africa. He had one job: shoot Godson as he stepped out of the car. At 10:47 a.m., a silver Lexus SUV pulled up. The sniper, impatient and sweating under the sun, cocked his rifle. But the man who stepped out was not Godson.